Oh man, tonight, man, there isn't enough nights like this that can make your experience as an Arsenal fan one to remember, man. There's not enough of these nights. Welcome, everybody. Welcome to 101. And Gary's just joining us now. It's Champions League night, guys. And we are on fire. We've got Porto. Porto currently sitting third. Hold on a second. Let's get rid of this. Currently sitting third, Porto, and for us, we're sitting third as well. So both teams are kind of doing the same in their divisions domestically, but the Premier League is just such a level above. I mean, you got to think to yourself: is there any teams as good as Liverpool or Man City in world football? And Arsenal are right there with them. Not only that, but they've actually beaten both of those teams. So in terms of the Champions League record this season, Porto have finished level on points with Barcelona, 4 wins from 6 games. Keep an eye out, though. The top scorer is Evelinson. He's got 19 goals in 27 games in all competitions, so keep an eye out for him. Our defense is going to have a handful as well. Fellow forward, Tamaremi, he's out of the game tonight with a thigh problem, so Porto are going to be missing him. Welcome to Vincey and Gary. Vincey, how are you getting on, bro?
Yeah, I'm not bad, man. Good evening, family.
Nice to see you, Vincey.
Good evening, Gary, man. I'm hoping I can be ahead of you guys on the stream, and if not, I'm going to be most upset because that's one of the things I want to do. You guys are always ahead of things when it comes to things on the stream.
About it.
Tell us what minute you're on, Vincey. We can lie to you tonight. Don't worry.
Gary, how are you, bro? How are you?
Yeah, not too bad, mate. Not too bad.
Brilliant. Guys, team sheet. Let's look at the team sheet, guys. The team sheet has Arsenal, kind of what we expected. Raya in goal, White, Saliba, Gabriel, Kivior. Again, I don't think that it's going to be a while before this guy loses his place. Rice in the middle, Havertz, Odegaard, and then Saka, Martinelli, and Trossard as the false 9. They're going with their strongest team, the team that has scored 21 goals in the last 5 games. It's fire on fire on fire. On the subs bench, Ramsdale, Hines, Cedric, Heaven, Sweet, Vieira, El Nene. Good to see Vieira back. Jorginho, Nelson, Ranieri. Ranieri wasn't on the bench the other day, so interesting to see what will happen today. Smith Rowe and Nketiah. Vincey, what's your thoughts on the bench?
Yeah, I'm good with the bench, man. The starting teams, as I expected, bench is cool. The one thing for me I'm looking at is whether or not we can get Pepe on another yellow card, which makes him miss the return leg at the Emirates, which I will be there. So that's the mission for the guys because he's a hatchet man. So we need him. We don't want him.
I think it's almost a dead cert, Vincey, that he's going to get booked tonight.
You know that. So
he's 402 years old. And he's got to face this 5 gunners attack.
Pure pace. But Porto, they'll sit back. They're very defensive, very organised. So it's we've got to be patient tonight. But hopefully, if we can be clinical, we get the result, man. I've got to say, Gary, I do love the top you got on there, man.
What top's he wearing? Oh, okay, right. I've got the the overshirt to that one.
It's nice with the sleeves. It's nice.
The training. You know why? It's so cold. so cold in my front room. The radiator's over the other side of the room, innit? So over this side where I'm sitting, it's freezing, bro. So I said, "I've got long sleeves."
Hey, listen, if I can't wear shorts in my house, it ain't hot enough, man. My house has got to be about 21 degrees.
You're friends with my wife, man. I can't. That tropical foolishness, man, is nonsense, man.
Yeah, for real. So, Gary, what's your thoughts on the team sheet? Not that much change, so
yeah, no, please with the team sheet. You can get the team picture itself at the moment. I've just kicked off, guys.
Yeah, I'm just about to kick off as well. Here we
go.
I'm
on 10 seconds now.
Okay, so we're pretty much there or thereabouts. Welcome to everybody watching the stream. If this is the first time you've been to 101, hit the subscribe button, like this video, and give me your thoughts throughout the game.
What's happened there? What happened there?
I don't know. I thought he pulled up.
But he just stopped, didn't he? And then Ben White just took the ball and carried on playing.
I like that.
How strange.
Yeah, it's a strange one. It is strange. But guys, let's see if Arsenal can control this game. A lot is going to be riding on the way that how we can dominate. Let's see what they're like off possession, what Porto were like in the press at the moment. They seem to be sitting easy. Arsenal allowed to play around with the ball at the back. You can see Porto dropping off now into the midfield. And it's just, you can't give Arsenal that space. Who's that, Declan Rice?
Yeah, Declan Rice. Yeah, the card, Declan Rice.
Hey, do you know what? Now, I was about to congratulate us on our discipline of Odegaard not dropping deep to show when we got the ball, but it put Rice in a difficult situation.
Well, he was busy talking.
Yeah.
And he was busy talking, and he turned around and the ball was already played. He wasn't watching what was going on.
Yeah, and that's because he didn't have options.
Yeah, it is late. Yeah, okay. I mean, the thing is, the only thing you got to ask your questions of is normally you get a warning. Yeah, normally you get, especially the teams that we play, we see them get 2 or 3 warnings before booking. He's booked him in the first minute of the game.
Well, do you know what? I know he didn't actually catch him, but it's one of those tackles you got to stamp out. It was so late that you can't just let that one go by. Yeah,
it's a little bit of a mix-up between him and Saliba there. So, yeah, let's see how we go when this settles down. Shout out to everybody out there in Arsenal land. Big up to everybody. Let's see what's going on now in this game and see if we can get an early lead, if we can dominate from the start.
That Porto coach looks like Antonio Banderas.
Oh, seriously. Puss in Boots, man.
Pick up yourself, guys, in the chat.
He does.
Who we got? I think we got Emerson.
Yeah, shout out to Emerson. He might be joining us at half-time. Shout out to Cam. Cam says, evening, Emerson. Also, all the guys on the form, we're one of the best sides in Europe, and we have the best partnership. Put a marker down and end the tie with 4 or 5-0 today, and then beat Newcastle. Your expectations, bro, after the last few games, man. Everybody wants goals. 3, 4, 5. Everybody wants goals.
Nice one, Cam.
Porto got this high line, and this
shout out to you as well, 18,
for this ball to be played over the top.
Yeah, big up yourself, 18. Enough love, man. Enough love, bro. I'm sitting there getting excited, thinking, yeah, they're going to be roll out in this kit, and they come out with the red.
Yeah, they come out with the red socks.
It was said that they was wearing the red.
The red socks, man.
Yeah, it was said that they was wearing the red kit.
Hi, Nye.
Oh, it's a nice little touch there from Havertz. Oh, nearly letting.
I tell you what, the pitch looks like one of them FIFA pitches, man. Proper green. Proper green.
Trossard, early signs, guys. No change from Arsenal really in the formation. Working with the false 9. We're going to see a lot of rotation with Havertz and Martinelli, and then obviously we're going to see Odegaard drop down into the double pivot as well, and then try and play from deep, which he's been doing the last few weeks. What's the
crowd like here? What's the crowd like at this ground? Do they really get into it?
They do, but I mean, the stadium doesn't look full. I've got to be honest. I mean, look behind the goal there. You can see the amount of empty seats. Yeah, Nay, give me your predictions. Also, guys out there, what's your predictions for this game? As everyone's talking about 5 goals and everything. You guys are well, man.
2-0, 3-0 for me.
Yeah, I say 3-0. What's that, Vincey?
I think my Super 6, I put 2-1. I think it is.
Nice. You lot are goal hungry out there, man. Arsenal fans just going crazy. Yeah, Cam, look, see what I mean? Cam going 5-0.
Well, if the man's had mint tea, he's had mint tea, man. He knows what's in the leaves.
But if he's had mint tea, then 18's had some brandy or gin in that tea because he's gone 7-0.
18, man. What you been drinking?
He's on something, man. Nay's gone 3-1 to Arsenal, which is
a switch that is.
Conservative prediction there. 18, what are you talking about? 7-0? What are you on?
Man got his 4 fingers. He's got a big 4 finger. That's what it is.
Boy.
What have I gone for?
I went 3-0 Arsenal. 18's laughing at it. Seriously, guys, man.
Well, I tell you what, it is encouraging when you look at the table, the league table, and you just look at the goal difference and you think, we've just proper made up. and it's just imperative to do that going into the business end of the season, so the pressure isn't on the team. So, kudos to Arteta and the boys for addressing that in a manner they did, because that had all of us concerned. You have to keep it real. We needed to score goals and keep clean sheets as best as possible, and we're doing some great stuff with of late.
Yeah. Another good look at that kick by Raya. Raya's a weapon, man. Raya's a weapon. I was watching some videos on him today. I actually posted them on the forum. He's just a weapon. He plants a 70
You posted that. You posted that when you put the nail in the wall, didn't you?
Yeah. That one too.
I saw that. Yeah. That was a bit mustard. I ain't gonna lie.
He's just put a 70-yard pass right on the toes of Trossard, and obviously Trossard being the I used to call him Munchkin. Shall I call him Munchkin or Oompa Loompa? Which is the best way to describe a short player?
I would say half pint, but you know what I mean.
I'll stick with Munchkin.
The vertically challenged Trossard.
Yeah, because he will get out muscled, wouldn't he? Here comes Saka. Saka's on the right.
So we've got Ben White inverted at the moment.
Yeah.
Did you see the link that I sent in the podcast about Arsenal winning the Champions League?
Yeah, I did.
It's a good analysis for the way how we play in the league and how teams are playing in the Champions League. So it's a good little Munchkin is better.
Nate says Munchkin is better. Yeah, man, for real. 5'7".
Oh, come on, terrible ball.
Yeah, guys, I'm on 7 minutes and 30 seconds.
7:42.
Yeah, 7:42.
How are you guys? You know what? I'm not going to fast.
Leave it sitting there for one game.
Yeah, every time I fast a bit, it just goes wrong. So I don't even want to touch it, man. I don't even want to touch it.
Is Tony going to join?
I haven't heard from Tony today. He might be doing his boxing, boxing night. Cam says, awful start for both sides. Porto player already injured, and obviously Declan is booked. Porto manager's not happy. And Nate says, Apollo, I'm in a few seconds behind you. Yeah.
Saliba, what was that pass? Seriously? Was that Ben White?
Nah, it was Saliba, man. Saliba's been sloppy over the last few weeks, man.
What was that pass?
There's a little bit of sloppiness in his game over the last few weeks. Odegaard, in that position of Zinchenko, you can see him on that left-hand side. He normally plays forward right, and he's playing deeper on the pivot on the left-hand side, trying to sort of help out with the ball retention. You can see Arsenal break now, playing ball out the back. Kivior now. Martinelli loses the ball. And Odegaard wins it back. Oh, referee, what are you talking about? No, actually, it's Trossard. So a little bit of signs there that Porto is pressing, not as heavy as you'd expect, but when the ball gets to the halfway line, they are challenging the play there. But little bit of sloppiness, not a lot, just a little bit of sloppiness, especially from Saliba.
Well done, David Raya. Saliba totally misjudged the header.
Wow.
And the player was clean through. Raya, sweeper keeper.
Yeah, it's a bit nervy at the moment. Did you see when Raya kicked the ball out and had to run back into the goal? I saw a goalkeeper. There's a YouTube video of a goalkeeper who did that. Then he picks up the spear ball and throws it on the pitch, and which means actually, have you seen that, Gary?
Yeah, I've seen it happen a couple of times.
It stops playing it.
It's a clever tactic because it stops play, but he did get a booking for it though.
Arsenal can't do no marketing with the coach that Arteta wears. He's no marketing. He's not interested in it.
Oh, Ben White, how have you got beat to that? How did he? What the hell's gone on there?
Yeah, it's
that was a bit slack from Ben White. He shouldn't have really got beat to that ball.
It's 11 minutes gone, and this is not the start that we was all hoping to see. If I'm honest. It's a throw in to Porto.
Cleared.
Yep, cleared by Saka.
Thumped straight back by the keeper. Come on, Saka, you got to control that. It's terrible.
Yeah, Saka had a bit of time to do something with that. You can see now here Arsenal in full press. And this is where you can really get them. Look, they do win the ball back. It's Declan Rice. Arsenal get the free kick. This is where you've got to challenge them, guys. It's, you're away from home. You've got to show it back and let Porto dictate play. It just doesn't work that way for me. And so you've got to get on the front foot rather than the back foot. Looking for a big game for Martinelli today. He's been quiet the last few games with the goals pouring in and performances at an all-time high. And Martinelli...
He hasn't really had a good season, has he?
No, he hasn't. He hasn't.
Been okay, but nothing. He hasn't set the world on that.
Yeah. So you can see, so Arsenal are inside the Porto half. Porto not really showing much press. They're not really showing much aggressiveness. And
no, they're just defending. They're defending their lines. Everyone knows where they're meant to be.
Yeah.
This is sloppy football. It's just sloppy options that we showing available.
That should have gone first time, Gabriel.
Yeah, I like the way we're moving the ball around quickly. The quicker you move the ball, the more it stops the other team from pressing.
I think Porto are just going to look to play on the counter-attack, aren't they? They're going to nick the ball, play it up top. They've got two up top all the time, and that's how they're going to approach the game.
Yeah. G says, I can't wait for the corners and the set pieces. Yeah, because
if they have a shot, we have to get down there into the penalty area first.
Yep, for real.
Go on, Ben White. Come on, Ben. What? Oh, that could be a good ball. What's a ball that is, Ben White? Oh. Should have gone down, Havertz, man.
Here we go.
Oh, what a ball, Havertz.
Yeah.
It's a foul, ref? It's no yellow card, no? Are you sure?
Sure.
Well, Odegaard just got taken out cleanly.
We give him that
I just saw it. Yeah.
By Pepe. Got the free kick.
Well, G, you said you wanted a corner or a set piece. You're about to get one right now.
You can see a yellow going for that. Naughty challenge.
He stepped right over his foot.
Yeah. Luton's still 1-up against Liverpool.
Come on, the Hatters.
Excuse me?
Luton 1-up.
Yeah, beating Liverpool 1-0. Have you seen the Liverpool bench? 5 academy players.
Yeah?
Yeah, they're ruined. They've got Salah's out, Jota's out, Nunes is out,
Wow.
Trent, Jones, Alisson.
Wow. My
The bottom
dream
line, they're ruined Liverpool.
my fantasy. I took a wild card for this. No, a free hit for this fantasy week. A double game week, and it's just been penalised by these injuries, man. That's savage.
Sorry, Vincent, can you read that out
He
from
just
Nate?
pulled to the floor, as
Our
that a free
defenders
kick to
need to
them?
concentrate and hold their lines today as they're waiting to break. That's from Nay. Yeah, they need to be switched on. I have no idea what's going on with that free kick.
Yeah, it was a foul by Gabriel, I think. He pulled one of their players to the floor. It's almost been a nervy sort of first 18 minutes, isn't it?
Mm.
So Cam says, nay, Porto can't keep this pressing up. They will tire as the game goes on. And then Generous says, Arsenal must win. Yeah, we must win. Most importantly, we've got to create that divide for the away leg. So as much away goals as possible, we need to at least score 2 goals today. We need to at least score 2 goals. That is a must. You can't have the away goal rule come and butt you in your backside.
There's no away goal rules now. It's gone.
I thought that they was going to bring them. I thought that was only in the other competition.
I thought it was all across Europe, was it not?
No, let me check that.
What you saying? I thought it was scrapped. Because I remember Arsene Wenger saying when it was done, now it's like so many years too late. How many times did we lose on away goals?
Yeah, you're right. We ain't been in the Champions League for so long. We got to learn the rules again.
It's a bad header, Ben White. Here come Porto. Oh, Porto into the area. Well done, Kirio. Well done, Jacob Kirio. He managed to stay on his feet and not put in a rush tackle and managed to get the block and hold the player up. Very well done there.
He's such a good
That wasn't
defender.
easy.
He's such a good defender. We're losing the offensive side of the ball from Zinchenko, but you've got a defender in there. So
that situation there, Apollo, that wasn't easy because the guy was running at pace. He could have easily tried to stick out a little foot there and caught him to give away a penalty.
Guys, you see what I mean about how deep Odegaard has dropped? I've mentioned it a few times. Can you see that? Really, really dropping deep, helping to pick up the ball as soon as it comes out in transition. And then taking up different positions now. Look, he's coming in wide again. Trossard now has gone to the right-hand side. Try and open up some holes. It's too congested there in the midfield. Too many players. So they've got to go wide now. Trossard's gone to wide right. He plays the ball in. It's not a good ball from Trossard.
Yeah, you've got to keep that ball low and on the floor.
This is where we need to press now. This is where the pressure should be.
A lot of players losing their footing. Gabriel just slipped there. Shifted the ball and then went to play it and slipped, fell over.
Yeah. So much for your FIFA pitch.
Yeah.
Obviously, it's raining there.
Yeah.
Turn the rain on. They turn the rain on.
Imagine they left London, which has been raining all day, by the way, and then go to nice Portugal. And then the same thing happens.
Terrible, man.
We're struggling in the
ball round the
midfield.
corner has taken out our whole midfield.
We're really seriously struggling in the midfield, getting hold of control of this game. You know, that's not good.
But guys, let's be fair. Porto's shape is quite good.
Yeah, I mean,
and Arsenal are switching play. We've seen a diversity between where the players are lined up now. So, you know, total football, as Ted Lasso calls it. You know, with players
No.
playing in various different positions.
Oh my gosh. How the hell did he miss that?
He missed.
Oh my
He's missed.
gosh.
Oh,
Listen.
my God.
Oh my God.
And it's, as I was saying to you,
I thought it was in.
I thought it was
Yeah.
in. For the first
Yeah.
shot,
The first shot hit the bar.
I thought it was in.
Did it hit the bar?
Yeah, the first one hit the bar or the post. And then the
Hit the
second one
post.
he's
He's
missed,
up-
put it wide.
I put that one there.
Our intensity.
No, it didn't hit the bar.
It hit the post.
Hit the post. Our
First one hit the
intensity's
post.
not there.
Yeah.
And it rebounded back to him and he stuck a foot out and he put it past the post.
Yeah.
That should be the wake-up call we need.
Yeah, that's a let off.
We're too passive. We're not tempo. We've got to raise that tempo, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, get the ball
Yeah.
moving.
Nay saying that was so lucky.
Send it, Saka. That's it. It's good that Martinelli is come inside. Oh, it's a shame about that ball. Crossfield ball, but that little passage of play was nice. Good movement. Pace was a bit better, but that's what we've got to improve. Too slow. That video says it. You know, the European teams love the slowness.
Ben White, that's such a dumb foul to give away, man. Just hold your ground. You don't need to do anything there.
Cam says they won't be able to keep this intensity up all game without the ball. Martinelli is very bad at tackling and tracking the flight of the ball. It's weird.
Our defenders are doing so much in their midfield. I think Trossard's a little bit lost today.
Yeah.
He needs to get in the game.
Goes a long ball. Look at that. Get up. Well done, Declan Rice. Saliba, sorry. All right, calm down.
Nice.
He's going to be on the channel soon.
Both
Cam
of them
says-
attacking me. Both of them attacking me because I got the player wrong. You know what I'm
Cam
saying?
says Porto are almost playing like an away team, taking their time on the ball unless it's in their own final third, trying to slow down play at every opportunity.
I think they posted their goal difference on the forum. It was like they score like 1.2 a game, but they don't concede many.
Get that pressure on Gabriel.
Look at the press. That's a foul.
It's not good enough midfield. You've got to show for them. Not good enough.
Yeah, and the thing is,
Give it
Gabriel
to
got
Martinelli
fouled
now.
there.
Come on.
Gabriel got fouled there, but he's got to play the ball before there's contact.
That's
In
it.
the other game, guys,
What a
Napoli
cross that
nil,
is.
Barcelona
No one in the
nil.
centre.
Yeah.
That's a foul rugby, that is. Thank you. How can you complain? How can you complain? You rugby tackled him to the floor, Mr. Wendell. Mr. Wendell. Remember that tune?
Yeah,
Mr. Wendell.
yeah.
Can't complain
Hilarious.
about that, can you? Rugby tackled him to the floor. Their goalkeeper looks like Vieira. Fabio.
So it's a free kick to Arsenal, guys.
Yeah, turned into a corner. Terrible free kick. I don't know what he was trying to do.
Just trying to go near post. You can see Kivior was right behind there. Still looking for Kivior to bag his to bag a goal in. G says Odegaard's pressing is underrated. No, it's not, mate. That's how he's made his name.
We talk about that. We talk about him all the time, man.
He must be talking about in America it's underrated because here in the UK, everyone's talking about it on the daily. And he says that XG against ain't looking so pretty in this game. Yeah, it's a different thing, bro. Champions League business now. Guys, remember...
it's knockout as well, don't forget. So, obviously, no team wants to go gun-ho and give away a couple of quick goals.
Well, Arsenal have a record in this final 16. They've been knocked out the most by any British team, which is 9 times at this part of the competition. Arsenal have been knocked out 9 times, more than any other English team in the Champions League.
But you know what Ben White is trying to do? Give it up, Ben White. You ain't getting it done.
So Arsenal.
Saliba's been pinned against the post. Saliba, the guy just had him pinned against the post.
Yeah, I mean, what is that? What is that?
What is
that? There's a cross, and the goalkeeper gets the ball.
Well done, Declan Rice.
Yeah, but listen, the numbers out on Ben White now. Everyone's on it. The fact that they're doing that means that they've watched the footage of the last game against Burnley.
And the game before that, and the game before that, and the game before that.
Yeah. The fact that Porto are doing that means they've done their homework.
But you got to switch it up a bit now. You've got to switch it up a bit.
Yeah.
Unlucky Havertz, unlucky.
Yeah, he should have controlled that, really. He should have controlled that, Vincey.
Yeah, he should have.
You know, his control in the last game was terrible. There was a 3 or 4 occasions where he could have been clean through and in a position to get a shot away. And his control was bad. He let him down.
You expect better in that situation.
Yeah, of course. Well, at this level, of course you do.
We've got to move the ball a little bit quicker. I think we're holding onto the ball a little bit too long.
Yeah, it's too slow. This is what we was like before Dubai.
And midfield have got a show. They've got a show.
Yeah. Shout out to Alfie. Alfie's saying our attacking threat is really lacking so far.
One more, Havertz. Oh, terrible ball, Kai Havertz. How do you not put him through?
On your left foot as well. Come on, man.
Yeah, that's a simple ball to play him in.
But they're going back to the well. They're going back.
It's a good run from Trossard. It's almost like we don't want to play that ball over the top.
It is, but you can see
Trossard just made a really good run there.
I saw that. You can see that Porto are playing Premier League defence. You can see what they're doing. They're trying to play on the counter. Arsenal's had 70% possession. So you can see what they're trying to do. That's a decent throw-in. But
well played, Declan Rice.
Declan Rice, come on.
Terrible ball, Odegaard.
But Gary, let's remember, Porto were the home team here, and they're playing like they're away.
Oh yeah. Listen, but they've also come closest to scoring.
Yeah, we need to up our levels, man.
You know, like I said, this is pre-Dubai how we're playing.
Yeah, ain't good enough. Right now, I know it's 0-0, but we raise us 10-15% better. Yeah, you'll see a completely different performance from us. Oh my word! See, you know, you should not be having your midfielder, having to bypass plays like that with a ball when you've got 2 men. You shouldn't be. Why can't you show for him?
Well, then I'm still 1-0, did I?
Nay says we are not coping well with their pressing. I think their pressing is intermediate. It's not relentless, but yeah, I do agree. When a team presses you, you have to be comfortable on the ball, and we're being erratic. We're being really erratic with the ball. I wonder if it's them bloody red socks that we're wearing. Cam says Luton are giving all the big boys this season a huge test, also picking up valuable points against them too.
I don't know if it's my TV, but one of those. I think Ben White's socks look like they've ran.
You've got to hit the back of the net. You've got to come away with a result here. And if not, guys, do you trust Arsenal to win at the Emirates? Of course you do. But in a game like this, you want to keep it as tight as possible. Don't lose.
Yeah, so I think even if you draw 0-0 here, it ain't the end of the world result.
Yeah, exactly.
The Emirates will be bouncing in the second leg.
Yeah. I mean,
So
you can
guys,
see here, look how flat the atmosphere is at the moment.
So, guys, those injuries to Liverpool players, how many weeks are they expected out? Because Alisson's out as well.
Jota's out for what, 2 months? He might.
Yeah, Jota's out for 2 months. I think Alisson is a muscle injury, so they're not even sure yet. Salah, there was. I don't know what was wrong with Salah because he played obviously. Oh, Salah has a hamstring injury. I'm being told by Stato.
Didn't he have one last? He had the one before, didn't he? Must be the same one.
Injury, Jones ankle injury.
Yeah, Jonesy's ankle.
Alisson hamstring.
And Alisson is hamstring as well.
Wow.
Go on,
Yeah, it has. Yeah.
Trossard's shot over the bar.
There's no away no away goal rule anymore. So yeah, they threw it all out. And Alfie's saying we are so poor attacking wise. Yeah, and a little bit of that is down to the quality of Porto as well, Alfie.
Pick up yourself, Alfie.
But we're not at the races at all. We're not at the races at all.
Good to see you, bro. I ain't seen you.
Get up, Ben White. Oh, come on. You've got to head that, Ben White. You've done well, but you've got to head that ball at source, man. You can't allow that to go over your head and bounce.
Okay, cheers, Alfie. Salah come back 2-3 games ago. Must be.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Saliba got away with it. Go on, Martinelli. Oh, Martinelli! You're running against Pepe. 409 years old, mate.
Oh, wow.
And he failed to take the ball past him.
Yeah, he didn't have much support, though, did he, Gary?
He didn't need to support Apollo. He's just got to knock it past Pepe and go after him. Pepe ain't going to catch him, is he?
Here comes Saka on the right.
He's hit the bar.
His first touch, Martinelli, he brought it inside. If he went down the line, he would have beaten him for pace.
That's what I'm saying. He just had to knock it past him. Didn't need to do anything else.
Oh, but listen, Martinelli does.
That's a corner.
Yeah, it's a corner. It's got to be a corner.
Yeah. I didn't see him give the corner. I thought he was saying the ball went out.
Yeah, corner coming.
Did you see the goalkeeper when that hit the bar? Did you see the goalie actually leave that alone?
He was never going to get that. He knew where it went.
Yeah, listen, Gary's bouncing. Listen, Gary's bouncing because he's got a really good internet right now, man. Gary's flying.
Big up the EE.
Yeah, Gary's flying right now, bro. Gary's
so the referee's going on about the pushing and the holding. But look, he's just doing it again. Look.
After he's just been warned. Why doesn't he book him then?
Well, as soon as the corner's taken, he should give a penalty, shouldn't he?
That's what they should do. They're brave enough.
Look, another Porto player's on the floor. Oh!
Ben White. Or
Saliba. Was it Saliba or Ben White? One of them.
He just had a player in front of him. He couldn't get his body to it. And he just headed it.
Yeah, he doesn't connect well with it, does he?
Look, that's a foul. Wide. 37 is literally fouling him.
So Porto player fell on through their teammate.
Yeah, look at 37. What is going on down there?
That's a foul, man. And man's on his knees.
Ridiculous. Look at what he's doing.
Did you see Ben White just move out of the way so the Porto player fell over?
Yeah.
Oh, poor terrible touch, Martinelli.
Poor touch.
What the hell is going on here?
Oh, well tracked back. Well tracked.
Yeah, but he should have had to track back, Vinci. His touch was terrible.
This is ridiculous.
It's a foul, isn't it? Has he given a free kick to them?
I think it's elbow.
Where's this ref from, Jackson?
G
Greg
says,
said-
I know it's not relevant to the game, but does Ben White not know how ridiculous he looks with the Trump 10? Alfie says 10% win ratio here in the last 10 games in Portugal. We need to sort that out. For real, bro.
When the Champions League. Yeah, they don't travel well to England, do they?
No, they don't. But they do well in Portugal, though.
Wasn't it Porto that we beat 6-0 at the
Yes, it was. Yeah.
at Highbury when Kanu dummied the goalkeeper and sat him down and just literally walked past him and put the ball in the net?
Yep, very much so. Musa, evening to you, bro. Musa says, evening one and all you gooners. Tough one for the boys. Passing a bit short and not reaching the intended targets. Yes, a bit sloppy play, Musa.
Oh
It's a
my
bit
word!
sloppy.
What is going on? What is going on in that midfield?
You know why? Because Odegaard's trying to play in the area where he shouldn't be trying to play.
Yeah. He's
When you
blasted
bring
over
it
the
down,
bar.
use the ball. Don't give it away.
Sambi off at halftime. Does the stat master know why that is, Gary? And
What's
then
that, sorry?
Says, and then G says everyone is allowed to just push Ben White as much as they want.
Zambi's off.
Yeah, so it must be something to do with why they don't have to pay Arsenal for appearances or something.
Yeah.
Or no, he's picked up an injury, I'm being told.
Oh, wow. He's been brilliant for them. He got man of the match in the last game.
But that tackle to save the goal from Bruno Fernandes was unbelievable, wasn't it?
Yeah, I did put a poll up on this channel, and a lot of Arsenal fans want to keep him for him to replace El Nene. They want to keep him.
I think they should.
Yeah.
He's young enough.
So you bring in a Douglas Luiz, and then you bring in, and then you keep Sambi back and let him take El Nene's spot.
Mm.
I think it's a definite now that they're going to re-sign Jorginho. It's a definite they're going to bring him back.
Well, I heard the Tomiyasu.
Come on, Saliba. Just give it away stupid fouls, Arsenal.
It's just a matter of time before he signs that.
His new contract, yeah.
Yeah.
Here we go. Alfie says, I don't mind replacing him, El Nene, but Sambi, every game he has played for Arsenal has been better. No, remember when Xhaka got injured and he came in for those 4 games? Sambi got 2 man of the matches for Arsenal.
Yeah, he's had a couple of good outings for Arsenal. That's
one of them was
Shaq-
against Villa. One of the games
Yeah,
against Villa.
that's right. Yeah.
But the whole
shout
debate
out
is
to
he
you,
a 6,
Emerson.
is he an 8?
Yes, my man.
You know, when he played in pre-season in 8, he scored a couple of goals, didn't he?
Yeah, got 3 assists.
Too much,
Got 3
guys.
assists as well.
Oh, we've lost the ball here
It's midfield.
in our half.
Is that
I
Martinelli?
think it was
then?
Martinelli that loses
Yeah,
it. He's gone to sleep,
Martinelli.
Martinelli, and it's a good save, David Raya.
But Gary,
Martinelli fell asleep there, just let the player run off him, then realised, but by the time he got there, it was too late.
Yeah.
Gary, you coined it right when you said the pre-Dubai form is what you're seeing tonight. We've got to improve in midfield.
Cam's saying Porto looking like a Portuguese Stoke here. They used to have some real ballers. And Musa saying, I guess all them fouls are due to inexperience.
Most of the fouls are just due to laziness.
Cam says, I love the chaos during our corners. We scare teams now.
Good turn, Odegaard.
Good
Come on,
ball.
Saka. What can we do? Why don't you
Oh,
go
it's a
and
good
take the
ball
man
there.
on?
It's a great ball to Odegaard there. That's
Oh,
much
White.
better
batted to
passing.
play.
Ben
Good
White
movement,
couldn't.
good passage.
Ben White couldn't cross the road. This guy, man, he is tragic.
Wow. Musa says nervous rather than laziness.
But they're in that position now. I want to see Saka get to the byline and beat his man, or come inside and use his left foot to have a shot.
Here's a question: those monitors that they have pitch side, the guys on the bench, is it live? Is it live actual coverage that they're watching?
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Yeah, it must be. Yeah,
Yeah.
but they must be able to rewind it and watch certain things that happen. Oh, go on, just get the cross in, Saka. Get the cross in. Oh, come on. That was a decent corner, man. It was very close to being headed in at the near post.
But
Yeah,
they're
I
not
mean,
getting a commentary, though, are they? They're not getting a commentary from the stream.
No, they're not. They're not getting it.
Okay.
Cam says we need a dribbler that can unlock defenses in a game like this. Smith Rowe. Cam says so. Porto players are just going to dive into the box every time we get a set piece. And Musa says streaming is a few seconds delayed here in South Africa. Shout out to you, bro. Shout out to you in South Africa. Saka's cross. And it goes out as well. So it's 42 minutes gone, guys. Honestly, 0-0. I'll take that for the first half. I'll take that. I'll actually take a 0-0 tonight. I would actually take a 0-0 tonight.
Happens with the handball there.
I think this referee's kind of weak when it comes to these corners, man, because he just got no control over it.
I think when it comes to the latter stages of competitions, I think you really need the top referees from the top countries. And unfortunately, Dutch football is not one of the top footballing countries.
Would you say anyone from England is?
Well, that's a question for another time, isn't it? I don't think we've got enough time to even unpack that.
we might
Liverpool
be demonetized.
Musa says, shout out to the Guna family. Shout out to you as well, brother. Look, Musa getting pure love in the chat. Musa getting pure love in the chat.
Virgil van Dijk has equalised.
Oh, what?
Virgil.
That's all right. If Luton hold on for a draw there, that's happy days.
Well, yeah, doesn't normally work out like that, I'm afraid. Nay's saying it's 1-1 now. Yeah. I mean, with our luck, everything always translates to the point where, look, we just got to look at ourselves and...
Ben White, head the damn ball, man.
Just water our garden, Gary, and then everything will be all right.
Send it.
Yeah, Ben White's got to get a header to that.
Odegaard, send that to
That's
ball.
a good. That's better by Saka.
Come on now.
The kind of captain just slows the pace of the game down.
Send it.
It's good, Odegaard.
That looked like handball to me. No fouls, Ben White. That's it.
Yeah, that did look like handball when Saka had a shot there. Yeah.
Is Ben White going to get a yellow card for taking a year?
Cam says, seriously frustrated. Need another option out there. It's a shame Neto is crocked or he'd be a clear upgrade. Yeah, Neto gets injured quite a bit, doesn't he? Emerson saying 1 minute added on. Yeah, I can't wait for you lot to join me and Emerson at the under-21s in Boreham Wood over here. It's so much fun, man. It's so much
I'm coming
fun.
to the next one, 100%.
Yeah, it's a good evening of football.
Liverpool 2-1.
Oh, what?
I predicted
your guy Apollo scored.
Gakpo.
Yeah.
Terrible we didn't buy him.
Cody.
Terrible we didn't buy Gakpo. 40 million. That's a deal all day long, man.
Look, Ben White, he's getting pulled all over the gaff, man. Oh, and again, we waged the header at the far post. Kai Havertz. Oh,
What is going on with our heading?
The referee's got no control on the.
Havertz gets up. It's a free header there from Havertz, and he's got to do better with that. He's got to get that on target.
Yeah, he has. Look. Yeah, that's poor from Havertz.
You know, he's up. He can see it all the way onto his head. He's got to put it back where it came from, and that gives the keeper massive problems.
Yeah, there's a lot of chaos on the corner, man. But you know, for me, guys, I think the referee is too small for the occasion. If I'm honest. I think the referee is just too small for the occasion.
Yeah, it happens a lot in the Champions League. You get some referee from some backwater football nation.
Yeah.
But they're still playing on dust pitches.
Right, guys, I've just sent Emerson the link. Emerson's going to be joining us soon. Hold on, I'm just going to get a drink. Guys, it's half time. It's 0-0 here. And I'll come back and summarize. Gary, do you want to do a little bit of summary? What's your thoughts on the first half?
Yeah, so I thought it was a bit of a sloppy half, to be honest. We haven't really played. There's been no tempo, you know, no real activity, any desire to sort of like get forward and make something happen. A couple of times we've seen Saka decline the opportunity to take his man on and check back, you know, give away silly free kicks all over the place. Every silly little foul, they're going to throw themselves to the floor, innit? That's what these leagues are like. You know, every little touch, they're going to fling themselves to the floor like they've been shot from a sniper. But on the whole, we haven't conceded, so you've got to be happy, I suppose. They should have been 1-0 up.
Yeah, midfield for me is a concern that they just got the movement for that chance through Odegaard and then Saka, and then for Ben White crossing in. That's quality movement, and that's what they've got to do. But at times we're just holding on to the ball too long in midfield with the likes of Rice, Odegaard, and for me, Trossard is just not in the game.
He's kind of just passed him by. But I think I was saying in the last stream, I don't know if you caught it, Vincey, that the way that we've been playing, it's just been simple football.
Yeah.
So we've taken out all the overplay from Jesus and even Odegaard himself, and we've got the ball, released the ball, released the ball, and we've scored goals because we've kept it simple. The tempo's been great, and now we've just kind of reverted into so it's Europe. So what, we're changing the way that we play in the Premier League because now we're playing in Europe. We're just going to play slow build up. They're holding a high line. I haven't seen one ball knocked over the top yet. And Trossard's made a couple of good runs. Havertz has made a couple. Martinelli, so the runs have been made, but the ball hasn't arrived.
And
so what's the harm in trying to knock that ball over the top once or twice? See where it gets you.
But do you think it's as easy? I mean, because a lot of fans have said that, you don't want to change a good winning formation that which we've had. So we haven't changed the formation, but we've changed the style of play that we're playing in Europe. Can those same players play that different style of football to a level that?
Yeah, I think they can. I think they can because they was playing that way before Dubai. The same players, isn't it? It's not like we've brought in a couple of new signings in January who have been added to the team, which have then cost us to start playing the way we've been playing and scoring goals. It's the same players pre-Dubai to post-Dubai.
Yeah, but my question with Arsenal in Europe has always been, when it gets to these levels, these knockout stages, is our football going to allow us to take it to the next level? Because you're seeing tonight where it's, as you said several times, it's pre-Dubai standards in the Premier League, but we're doing that in Europe, and that's not going to get us through unless we have a storm in second half.
Well, it keeps the game tight, doesn't it? If we go out gun ho and then we all of a sudden we're 2-0 down, 2 counter-attacks, 2-0 down, we give ourselves a mountain to climb. So I understand the keeping it tight, but when we got the ball, and we've seen a couple of times with Saka, he played a little 1-2, released Ben White once, and the other one where he didn't want to go, he didn't want to take his defender, and he came back inside, and then the ball was passed back. That's when you want to see him beat the man, maybe get a penalty, who knows?
Martinelli,
the crossing, maybe deflect his own goal.
You said
Maybe
Martinelli on
an
Pepe,
Arsenal player arrives, but you want to see the positivity when we go forward, not just, I'm just going to pass it back 10 yards and then back 10 yards, and then we end up back on the halfway line. So, but I'm happy that it's 0-0. We haven't given nothing away. They've had one chance, which we got lucky with.
And they look, and at the end of the day, they still look confident, even when
they haven't lost it in the last 10 home games in all competitions.
Yeah, so it is looking good in the way how we are playing. It's if that ref gets control of that penalty box at corners, we could see a quite interesting second half.
See, that's the crazy thing. He pulls them out, and he's telling them none of this, none of that, and they go back in and they're doing exactly the same thing. And so as soon as that ball comes in the box, it can't always be a foul by the attacking player, surely not.
Of course, because you've spoken to them.
Spoken to both of them, but it can't always be a foul by the attacking player.
Yeah.
And don't forget also, we had the key moment where Martinelli's running at 379-year-old Pepe, but can't knock the ball past him and then open his legs. That could have been a big moment.
Yeah, but that chance that when they hit the post and went wide, oh my. I'd be gutted to go into the half 1-0 down.
The best chance of the game, which
Galeno. Remember I talked about him? He scored 19 goals in 27 games. But look, it looks like, guys, Arsenal are upsetting Porto on set pieces. Arsenal look dangerous from corners. But at the moment, some of you lot might be like, this is not a good performance. For me, Arsenal are keeping their shape. They're keeping their discipline. And so we're just looking to finish strongly today. We're just looking to finish strongly. Let's look at the tail of the tape at halftime. Halftime here, we've got Arsenal, 4 shots, none on target, 6 touches in the box, 38 final third passes completed, 70% possession. Porto have got more shots than us. So they're obviously playing the counter-attack. They've got 1 shot on target, just 7 touches in the box, 9 final third passes completed. Not a lot of the ball.
I've got to say, though, a huge worry for me tonight is I haven't seen Saliba play this poor for a long while.
He's had a couple of bad games.
Yeah, I have, Vincey, go and watch the last 2 or 3 games. He's not been.
He's been very, very, very shaky. Lucky enough, he's had Gabriel Kirill, and that's to bail him out.
Okay.
Musa's saying a Smith Rowe for Trossard.
Not a bad shot. He glides into positions. He runs with the ball. He commits defenders.
Yeah.
Some of that, or you have to bring Jorginho on.
Tony's probably finished these boxing podcasts at the moment. Musa saying, in order to go to the next level, we need a superstar striker, 3 or 4 upgrades, and sell the dead wood. And Pepe as well. Pepe's experience is showing against us, against Martinelli. What's going on, Danny? Danny says in the top 6.
Emerson.
Yes, my man.
Arsenal have created the fewest big chances. This has been an issue all season. Dropping Odegaard deep means less chances.
Hi, Vincey.
Yeah, man, I didn't, Emerson.
It does, you're right, Danny. But what it does is it also means that he'll be able to take the responsibility from Zinchenko in the setup play. And that's the reason why they do it. The build-up play, we don't have Zinchenko there right now. So putting Odegaard in the double pivot and dropping him deep, that's the reason why they do that. And it has been effective in the last 2 games. We can see what the results are away from home. Emerson, how you been, bro?
Tony says he's out with friends.
I'm good. Been a quite week since we last spoke.
Excellent. Yeah, Emerson last weekend was all over the place.
So
he was in the under-21 games with me.
So I had a good week so far.
Yeah. Then he went to the ladies' game as well at the Emirates, and he went to the under-18s. Yeah, Tony's out at friends at the moment.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
no, Tony's
Tony's out of friends.
You know what? I should do a 101 blind date or something.
I said that the other day on the stream, man. I said that 101 blind dating.
We've got 4,000 people on our community threads. Surely we can do something and set up the guys and the girls, or whatever's your taste.
So tell me something. When you guys go to Boreham Wood, do you get a choice of good seats to view?
Pretty much.
Yeah. There's no.
When was the next one, Emerson?
Academy.
When did we say it was? 8th of March.
Anyway, there's none until Monday. Until Monday when the under-21s play.
What's the next one you're going
to,
guys?
Neither, if you're going to ask, neither, because I've got an appointment somewhere on Tuesday.
Oh yeah, got an appointment.
That one on the 8th, the one what me and Polo were talking about, the 8th of March.
That's Tottenham, innit?
No, medical appointment.
No, the 8th of March is against Tottenham.
Apollo knows. My one's a medical appointment, and then that's against Tottenham. That's the big one. Everyone wants any Arsenal fan who goes to the under-21s will want to go and watch that match because we can dent Tottenham's hopes of winning that under-21s title. But I can't see that happening though. But we'll see. We have to see on the day.
18th asks a question. Would you change anything, Apollo?
But me and Apollo witnessed a good match last Friday.
3-1 Liverpool.
Oh god, that's dead wood now. I'm shutting that one off. There, I don't want to see that again.
Keep it for the first 15 minutes.
All fell apart when Sambi went off. It looks like
exactly.
The goal difference, Gary.
18. What I would do is I would take off Trossard. I would take off Trossard, and then I would put Jorginho on, and put Jorginho in the double pivot with Declan Rice, and then I would move Odegaard to a more advanced position. That's all I would do, and then I would have Havertz play as the number 9. I'd move him into that number 9 role. That's what I would do. Vincey, would you make any changes?
Smith Rowe for Trossard. Immediately.
What about you, Gary?
I would tend to agree with you, my friend. Bring Mr. Jorginho on, beef up the midfield, let Odegaard as the 10, and put Havertz as the 9. That way you can knock the non-ball up and get him winning flick-ons with Martinelli and Saka running off of him. Or you can hold the ball up and play others in, bring others into play.
Yeah, what about you, Emerson? You're on mute. You're on mute.
Got feeling possibly they might sacrifice. Yeah, but I'm muted now. So I think. Hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you. Bro.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Yeah, as I said, give it about 10-15 minutes, second half, and I'll see how our midfield is faring out. If not, as you all said, Trossard be the obvious one to come off.
Dan says, I agree with Trossard for Jorginho Apollo. He'll do exactly what I said. Cam is saying Porto aren't interested in anything but
I've got
second
feeling
balls.
Declan Rice will need.
Yeah, it says
he's walking on tight right at the moment.
There is
and that's the thing. If Rice is on he's on that yellow, so Jorginho would be the right choice to replace Rice, but Trossard needs replacing with VSR.
Yeah. And CD saying, look at the top of his head. I'm not sure what that was about. Porto aren't interested in anything but second balls, misplaced passes. They hold their central block well and force us wide where they can safely swarm us. Interesting. Second half is about to begin, guys. Let's get rid of that and then put that back up.
Teams are out.
Yeah, listen, a 0-0 draw here is not the end of the world by any stretch of the imagination.
No changes.
It's important that we don't give them nothing to hold on to going into the return
No
of the
changes
Emirates.
at the moment.
And also, you've got to think about our wingers coming alive. Saka's only had one duel, one-on-one duel. Martinelli has had 2, and he's able to had one cross across the goal mouth, which
Fresh shirts, man. Fresh shirts.
So interesting to see what they're going to do in the second half, because they're just not really penetrated with any chances at all.
I think our best form of attack comes from a set piece tonight, surely.
Yeah, I think so. Dan saying, bear in mind, Gary, that a draw in a poor performance like this could derail our momentum. We need to speed it up. That's a fair point. That's a fair shout.
I don't know. I'm not too sure about that, Dan. Not too sure about that. I think it's more important not to lose here, and then we go into the Newcastle game on a high from our last 5 outings in the Premier League.
Cedric Soares is doing all right, isn't he?
Yes, but I wonder if Fabio Vieira is going to come on. This is his old team. He hasn't played in such a long time. I think it's too much of a risk, really. Yeah, it's too much of a risk. Players coming out the tunnel now. Dan says, agreed that it's more important not to lose. Yeah, and that's the reason why I take 0-0. If this was full-time and it was 0-0, I'd say, look, well done. Don't lose away from home. Bring them back to your place and then run them over.
I just think when we're in the attacking third, like me and Vinci were saying, when you just went to get in the drink, Apollo, you just want to see a bit more positiveness. A bit more taking your player on, crossing the ball, committing players into tackles and stuff, rather than just keeping it 10-yard passing back, and ending up from on the edge of their box back to our halfway line. Just a bit more positivity going forward.
Did you see that sign from a Porto fan saying, Saka, can I have your shirt? Mad
He's not worldwide, but he's not world class.
The company saying, I
missing,
think Jorginho should come on. He can boost the players' confidence.
But he's back on there.
But this ain't Martinelli's game. Trossard or Havertz can play in this role while Jorginho can come on. I think that was the consensus. Yeah, for me, I've kicked off here as well. I think that was the consensus.
How you get ahead of us now? How you get ahead of us now, Apollo? What are you doing? Some juju?
Must be. Hold on a second.
Jeez.
Did I change? What happened to my IPT?
He's gone in the front room, Vinci, and put it on the TV.
See, I'm watching on TNT like everybody else.
You know what I mean?
I'm starting mine again, man. I bet I'll fall backwards now. Where am I?
I'm 45-25.
Yeah, same as me, Vinci. We're the same, Vinci.
I've fallen behind again, man.
Just leave it there, man. Just leave it there.
No, I can't leave it. You see how you put Juju? You see how you put Obi on me, man?
I'm ahead of you guys.
Put Juju
on you're me. Watching it on the box. That's why, Emerson.
I'm ahead of you guys anyway.
Emerson's in the box in Porto.
Exactly. I'm watching
Emerson's in the dugout sitting next to the governor. He's sitting next to Arteta.
The Brazilian's gone down for Porto.
Oh, Vinci, man.
The Brazilian's gone down from a challenge from
what happened, Apollo?
From Saliba.
I'm back down to 10 seconds behind you again. After being 10 seconds ahead. I should have just left it. You see how I fast with it and it goes wrong.
He was so worried about being 10 seconds ahead of you, Vinci. He messed himself up.
The man's been ahead of me all year, mate. All year.
This is mad things. Let me see if I can find
even the Super Bowl, he was ahead of me. Or was I ahead of you? No, I was just ahead of you.
Right. Okay. No, see, that's even worse.
He's gone back to the first half.
What's going on there, man? What's going on here? HD, BT Sport 1 backup.
Ow.
No, this is not good enough, man. All right. Nah, not good enough.
Martinelli's gone. He's up.
What a challenge. Come on.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
Let's give a free kick against Kyrgios.
No, I'm 47 minutes and 10 seconds.
47-20.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna leave it.
That's never a free kick in a million years. He's just stronger.
That's not a free kick.
Yeah.
He's just stronger. You can't be penalised for being stronger than someone that is against you.
Yeah, I agree, Danny. We'll batter them at the Emirates. That's what I said. The Emirates, we're just going to be all over them, mate. We just lack intensity in this game. There doesn't seem to be any fire in our belly.
Keeper. Yes.
Apollo, you got IPTV in that room? Or is it on the...
What's that? What's that?
You got IPTV in that room?
Yeah, this is my Xbox.
He's watching it through his Xbox, isn't he?
Yeah, I've got IPTV on my Xbox. I've got IPTV in my front room, on my tablet, and my mobile phone.
He's got all the angles covered.
Yeah, because I used to struggle. I had Sky, innit? And then BT, I've got Amazon on here. I've got all the apps installed on here. When I go on holiday, I
You
take
get one
my
of these
Xbox.
devices, you can connect to your phone, yeah, to your TV, HDMI,
Oh,
so you use
the
your
right.
IPTV,
Got caught.
and you watch it.
Oh, right. Interesting. I might try that.
What was that, Vinci?
Yeah, I get a link. Hold on.
When I go on holiday, I take my Xbox with me, and then I can get all Disney Plus, Netflix, Amazon.
What's in the case?
Everything.
What's in the case, sir?
Yeah, my
Anything to
Xbox,
declare?
bro.
Just the Xbox.
I don't
It's one of these.
go anywhere without it, man.
You got HDMI,
Yeah.
and that's the lead that goes into your phone, so you'll be able to watch. You connect it to your TV, whatever you got on your phone or your tablet.
Okay.
You're laughing.
Excellent.
Watch it on your big screen.
Everyone's falling over on this pitch, man.
Yeah, picture's not good at all.
I'll put the link in the podcast.
So, Dan is saying his Porto players are houses making a meal out of every knock. Yeah, they're just being.
That's what happens in the Spanish league and the Portuguese league and stuff. You know that's going to be a case before you even start the game.
Yeah, it's all
Especially when
technical.
they can't match you for talent. Cam says we need to be sharp in possession. We need something more behind their tight tight block in the middle. Odegaard finding space there, and we need to
Throw the
make
damn
those
ball, Ben
moments
White, man.
count.
It's getting boring.
It's so painful watching him with the ball. Come on, man.
Yeah, see, for me, Tomiyasu starts at right back.
That's it. Speed it up now. Go on. Terrible ball, man. What's going on with our play?
Kivior again. Look where Kivior is.
What a disgusting ball there
What, from Kivior?
by Trossard. Absolutely.
Yeah, it's terrible.
Oh, God. Sloppy.
Well played, Declan Rice.
Not Trossard's day today, guys. What Dan says, watching this game, the refereeing in the Premier League is hurting us. We try to be physical in Europe, and the refs don't
Arteta's
have
just
it.
thrown the ball on the pitch to stop them taking a quick throw.
Has he?
Yeah,
Wow.
he threw the ball on the pitch to stop them taking a quick throw.
Is he going to get
Pepe's
booked?
going
for that?
mad.
Get booked for it though.
No, Antonio Banderas is going mad.
Is he going to get booked for it?
No.
All right, because that goalie got booked for it when we talked about it.
Well, when the header went out,
No,
it landed right at his feet.
That's a yellow.
It landed right at his feet, Apollo. So all he did, he actually caught the ball, and he just literally threw it back on the pitch. But the ball boy had already thrown another one on the pitch.
Yeah, he's just brought. Yeah, that's a yellow card. He's just brought Martinelli down. That's a yellow card.
That should be a blue card, sin bin that, man. Terrible free kick. Absolutely shocking. That's too far out to try and do it the way he just done it. Raya got kind of lucky there because Havertz didn't get a touch and it ended up at Martinelli's feet.
See it in the next
Go
10
on.
seconds.
Oh, poor shot, Odegaard.
Well defended by Trossard. Saliba, what a touch that is from Saka. Because he had no right to keep that ball in from that ball from Saliba.
Send it in. One more. That's it.
Oh, go home. Go home, Martinelli. What are you doing with your life?
Just rushed it.
Having a shocker.
He just has no confidence on his left foot.
I've seen players get subbed off for things like that.
This goes back to the point I always make. Why don't you just switch Saka to his left wing, he's left-footed, put Martinelli on the right, just for 5 or 10 minutes, just to see what happens. Well, you've got a player that's using his correct foot on the correct side. That cross might just find someone in the box.
No, I agree with Danny. This has been a much better half from us.
Here come Porto. Oh, it's a backyard. Why is he backyard that?
He's trying it. I'll have that foul. Thank you, ref.
I didn't even think that was a foul, Vincey. I thought Trossard just shot the ball and he fell over.
On Trossard?
Yeah.
You guys must have missed that. Did you see Declan Rice wildly swing his leg at that midfielder? Wow. Yeah, Jorginho needs to come, and I agree with you, Cam. I agree with you. I totally 100% agree with you. You guys might have missed that, but
yeah, I didn't see that.
Swinging his leg wildly at that midfielder, man. Wow. Nice build-up play, Havertz. Nice play here on the left. Martinelli on the ball. Nice little interchange. Havertz seems to be getting better playing with Martinelli now. He seems to be building that connection, which isn't an easy thing to do, but it's taken a little bit of time for him to ease in. Corner to Arsenal.
Trossard just had a shot, but well off target, over the bar.
He's been poor today. He's been poor, Trossard.
And do you know what that would have been? If that would have gone in, what a corner that is from Declan Rice, straight onto Trossard's right foot.
Good technique. Poor finish.
Wow.
It can't be both, Vincey, can it? Poor technique and poor finish. Good finish.
Well, technique. The way he hit it was right. It's just.
If that goes in, that's one of the goals of the season.
Yeah.
Oh,
come on.
Hang it. No, hit it.
Oh,
why?
Useless.
Kyrgios just got booked, guys.
Anyway, I'll take it.
I don't think you need to make that foul because he had a player inside him.
Yeah, exactly.
He didn't know that. He didn't know.
Kvyat's definitely improving, says Musa. What it is I like about him is his alertness and his angles. He knows how to cut players off. You know, they say if you got a player who's on a left footer, force him on his right, and then things like that. And then if you've got a speedster, make sure you give him a 5-yard angle. He seems to know all that stuff.
But let's be fair, if that had been Zinchenko, the geezer would have just burst past him.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. Zinchenko's got very slow hips. In the NFL, we call it poor hip change, which is the
It's
turning
a free
angle.
kick, guys.
His hips don't lie. What the hell was that?
Come on, lads.
Good job it was Paul, because that guy was standing at the back post all on his own.
Yeah, that's an awful free kick. That's an absolutely awful free kick.
That's our mate, Mr. Wendell.
Yeah. I'll take that all day long. That's awful. Shout out to everybody out there in Arsenal land, man. I hope you guys are subscribed to this channel and hit that like button out there. Let me see how many likes there is. There's not a lot of likes on this video, guys. Can you hit the like button, please?
It's got to be a corner, isn't it, surely?
What is that liner doing?
Oh, Kirill got a little bit lucky there.
He's got to be careful because he's already been booked.
That's never a foul. That's never a foul.
He's got to be careful.
That's never a foul, though.
Gary, he's got to be careful. Right, we got 13 likes on the video.
How many people online? How many people watching?
I'd have to go into the analytics for that.
Keeper.
At the moment, there's 18 people watching. There's 46 people watching on Twitter and 32 people watching on Facebook.
Get liking, people.
The only problem with Twitter and Facebook can't like the video. Only on YouTube.
Terrible, Saka.
Barcelona
Oh my word!
have just taken the lead against Napoli.
Ooh. Who was it that scored?
Lewandowski.
Just to let you know, Barcelona have just taken the lead against Napoli. Lewandowski.
That's what happens if you have a striker.
Who's
That's clinical. That's clinical from him. That's what happens when you have a striker. And before you ask,
what kind of a ball was that? What kind? Havertz is in trouble.
Younger Pepe's just been hit by Havertz.
Havertz could be in trouble there, you know.
Younger Havertz, younger Pepe has just been hits the young Pepe. I know. No, he just run over his arm.
Yeah, he just ran out.
Ran over his arm. Didn't stick his elbow out. He's just ran over his arm.
He's got booked.
Elbow.
Yeah, he's got a yellow card for it.
And he's just blinking as well. So off the pitch.
What is that? Our third yellow card or
And
fourth?
he's just booked Havertz as well. He's got booked. Yeah, I've just seen it now.
Yeah.
He's just got booked. Third.
The guy ran into his elbow, though.
Yeah.
How was that a booking? The guy ran into his elbow.
He's just waiting to control the ball.
What is
The
this?
guy runs into his elbow.
There's no way. That's a yellow card. How was that a yellow card?
I predicted 1-1 for Napoli, Barcelona.
Oh. It's been one of those days, guys. As long as it finishes 0-0, I don't have a problem with it. Let's take this. Let's take this back to people talking about Luton. I don't want to talk about Luton.
Oh, you got nuts, Declan Rice.
Oh, I predicted 4-2 Liverpool. So come on, Luton. I need one more. I need one more goal for my Super Six.
What's 3-2?
It's a good tackle, Declan Rice.
It's 4-1 Liverpool.
I thought 1 Liverpool.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous. Considering, that's ridiculous. That's just ridiculous.
What kind of a ball is that?
The goal difference increases for Liverpool.
Oh, well done, Kai Havertz. Where he pulled him back. That's a yellow card.
He got booked for it, Gary.
Yeah, he did. Yeah,
He got booked for it. He got booked for it anyway.
deservedly so.
Yeah, the referee didn't waste any time taking his card out. And guys, listen, this is predicated on the fact that a lot of you guys said that Porto can't keep this up for 90 minutes. You can see now, Porto legs are starting to go. The intensity of the game seems to be too much for them. No way they can last the whole game like this. They're not pressing right now. They're being very passive. They're sitting back. They've got their heels dug in. And let's be fair here. Arsenal have really controlled the second half.
Unlucky.
Arsenal's been in control in the second half. Well,
come on, you've got to use this situation. Come on, Rice.
Oh, no Porto player's gone down injured.
Why doesn't he just get to that ball and just get a toe to it? Knock it on. Instead of trying to cut back, just knock it on. He's going to get clattered by the player. That's got to be a penalty. So frustrating. Just knock it. Knock it past him. You're going to get clattered. Instead of trying to go back inside him, knock it past him. Get clattered. Yeah, you can see they're struggling now. 65 minutes in, they're proper struggling.
Yeah, I can see that. I saw it about 5 minutes ago, but I didn't want to say nothing until just now. The pace of the game is too much for them, mate.
Clattered as well.
The thing is, Gary. When players play in their league, it's more settled and it's just more monotone. But when you look at the Premier League, it's end-to-end stuff. It's a completely different league. And when you have these teams playing Premier League teams, they're just not ready for it.
Yeah, agreed.
Yeah, so let me show Gary the one that I've got. So Gary, the top that I've got. You know what? Let me just put it on for you. It would be easier for me to do that.
How's that a free kick? Oh my God. Where did they find this ref from?
Right, Gary, this is the top that I've got, which has got the Arsenal blue and the Adidas in the all blue.
Yeah, I like that one. Where'd you get that one from?
I got that from the Arsenal shop. Yeah, so this is the one that I've got. Yeah, I got that from the Arsenal shop. They were doing these were about £95 and they were doing it for 60 quid.
Bargain.
And then if you've got your season ticket holder, you get 10% off that. So I paid about 53 quid for it.
Come on, Saka. Didn't even realise you were still on the pitch.
Saka's been really quiet today.
Terrible. And there's a counter attack now. 2-on-2.
Dad says, "Can you guys stop tempting the football gods, please? With all this, they can't handle it." Oh man,
Vinci started it.
This is some of our choices in attack is just so poor tonight. Very frustrating.
This is one of them games, guys, where we could play for 3 days straight and still not score.
Yeah.
We haven't even had a shot in anger.
Okay.
I know, mate.
That's the worst thing. 65 minutes, not even one shot in anger.
Yeah.
How can you get a ball just to splits the whole defence like that?
And Martinelli, you're trying to defend. All you've done is just keep the pressure on the team.
Looks like it's gone.
That's brilliant defending by Saliba there. Brilliant defending by Saliba.
No,
Saliba gets in front there and deals with that.
Yeah.
Wake up. Please make a substitution.
Because he left Havertz for dead.
Please.
But Havertz can't foul him, that's why. Havertz can't foul him.
Yeah.
It's Declan Rice, by the way, Polo.
What's that?
Declan Rice gets the block at the near post.
Yeah.
It was a thing, Declan Rice that made that challenge. Yeah, it was Declan Rice, not Hannah. Did you know that the coach's son plays for Porto? I hope you realise that.
No.
Yeah.
Well, that's good.
They're number 10. Their number 10, Porto number 10 is the coach's son, if you didn't know.
Oh, wow.
Mr. Banderas Jr.
Oh, mad.
I don't get. I really don't get why they do that. He passes the ball to Gabriel, who passes it back to Raya, who then passes it out to Saliba, and it just rolls under Saliba's foot and out for a throw.
Sloppiness, man.
But if Raya's going to send it long, why don't you just send it long from the goal kick? They're not expecting you to do that.
Man, guys, there's 33 minutes left in the game. There's a lot of football left to play. Cam's saying Kivior now getting
33 minutes? What game are you watching?
23 minutes. Kivior now getting destroyed because of a yellow. We have nobody on the bench either. Best we can do is Jorginho. Talking about we got nobody on the bench. We've got Smith Rowe on the bench, bro. We've got Nketiah, Smith Rowe, Nelson. Cedric can come on because Ben White ain't been that great. And
what kind of just as you said that, Apollo, Ben White has played the most shocking ball I have seen all season.
Wow. We've also got Smith Rowe.
Why are we?
Gabriel just let the ball run under his foot. What's going on? Is no one concentrating here today, Vinci?
Did you see that penalty by Havertz? I thought he was going to get booked for that, but it weren't even a foul.
Unintelligent football. It's just, I can't do it.
Havertz is a beast, man. When it comes to tackles, recoveries.
I can't believe Trossard got to 70 minutes on this game.
Havertz looked like Daryl Green chasing down Tony Doset there. He was 15 yards behind him when he comes behind him and takes the ball.
Jorginho's been called back to the bench.
Yeah, about time too. About time.
Send it.
Saka's been anonymous in this game. That's your best player. That's your star boy.
The thing is, both the wingers have been anonymous in this game, not just him. That's a great ball. That's unlucky, man. That is unlucky. Yeah. That was a decent little ball from Kivior there.
Yeah, it was. I mean, there's still plenty of time for the next one.
Saliba, what are you doing? Oh, come on, man. It's so dumb. It's just so dumb. Why are you giving away a foul when you don't need to touch the guy? Just stand behind him. He had nowhere to go. That really does my nutting when they do silly things like that. You know he's going to go down. You know you're going to give away a free kick and release all the pressure.
Look what they've done with Martinelli. Can you see what they've done? They've swapped Trossard and Martinelli. Martinelli is now playing through the middle. He's not fouled him. Oh, the guy's not fouled him. Is this?
Guys.
What's that? What did you say, MSM?
Corner.
It was a corner to Arsenal. Jorginho's about to come on because Arteta's given him the last talk. Trossard tried to go for a cross, but he knocked it onto Pepe that led to the corner.
Guys, we could nick one here.
Sorry, because there's two Pepes on the pitch. There's a younger Pepe and an older Pepe. So I'm going to call it the older
But
Pepe.
You know what I don't like, though? Havertz, Rice, and Kivior are playing passive because they don't want to get sent off. So you just feel like the energy is just missing somewhat. That being said, we've been in total control in the second half. We've been in total control. Look what they're doing to Ben White.
I get that.
Yeah, it's decent goalkeeper. And look, if Ben White blocks that goalkeeper,
jump. Why are you not even trying to jump for that? It was a great knock from David Raya, and I'm not sure who it was that went through. Tell him us. But he's got to jump with the keeper there. Maybe he gets a flick before the keeper gets there.
Corner for Arsenal, guys.
Yeah, that's good play by Gabriel there, coming up and disrupting play.
Jorginho's about to come on for...
It'd be Trossard for me, or Martinelli.
Man, they should have just let Ben White cross the ball because that was never going to go to an Arsenal player.
Yeah, Trossard's going off, yeah.
Yeah, I've been calling for that sub for about half an hour. I'm surprised he didn't do that earlier.
Well spotted, Vincey.
Who just done that?
Yeah, should have done this about 10 minutes ago.
Yeah, I think so. It was glaring that he needed to do that.
Oh, it's down there.
Well, we're still walking a tightrope with Havertz, Rice, and Kivior on yellows.
It's unfair to say that Trossard has not played well because there's not a lot of Arsenal players on that pitch that have played well.
He ain't played well, man. He can't.
None of them have. None of them have, Vincent.
Trossard has been... He's just been a passenger in that midfield.
Yeah, I mean, look at Martinelli. Look at Saka.
Goalkeeper's foot, and they've just got free. Porto's just got a free kick.
Oh.
Someone's just trod on the Porto's goalkeeper's foot. It was Ben White by looks of it.
It's actually...
Yeah, Ben White. Or it's one of their players. It could have been one of their defenders that trod on the goalkeeper's foot, but he's up though. But it's they're retaking the corner again for the second time.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I think it was...
Yeah, it's their own player.
So there's a lot of pushing and shoving in the area. So Porto don't know who to mark. Yeah.
I mean, this is chaos in the area, isn't it? It's absolute chaos. The holding that's going on.
Odegaard is going to get booked, I think.
Guys, Napoli's equalised. Napoli won, Barcelona won. It's Victor Osimhen. It's 1-1.
So I need that. 5 points.
Osimhen, you mean? Polo, you mean Osimhen?
I know exactly what I mean.
It's his first match back since the African nations.
I do that with Tony. Tony's the teacher of 101, and he's always correcting me on my pronunciations with the.
I want to see something different from these corners, man. Get the players out the goalkeeper and let them get a run on it because I think there's a header in there for someone.
Probably.
But this Jocelyn, all he's going to do is just keep giving them free kicks because the referee's always going to give them look. It's just easy.
Guys, the entire game has been played in Porto's half.
Gary, I think they've sussed out how we play at set pieces.
Yeah, so change it up. It's not working. Change it up.
That how we play at set pieces.
So, guys, this is exactly what we thought was going to happen. Havertz has gone up top as the lone striker, and Jorginho slots in the double pivot, and that means that Odegaard plays the advanced role now.
What kind of a header is that, Martinelli?
Jorginho comes in, starts giving the ball away. Come on, wake up, man.
So lax in the midfield, man. Jorginho's just give it away twice in the space of 1 second. But what a tackle to win it back.
Ooh, my stream just froze.
Move that bottle, please.
Ooh, Gary, my stream just froze.
It wasn't me.
Hooray!
Ooh, don't do that.
Oh, my stream's just froze.
Porto will make a change shortly, guys, as well.
Yeah, my one's just froze. Let's see where we are.
I'm probably bringing the bad juju, man.
Yeah, is it coming back?
Nah. Vinci, is your stream still working?
My one's gone at the moment. I've just switched over to the Napoli Barcelona game. So let's switch it back. Let's switch it back. Yeah, I'm back now. 77 minutes and 40 seconds. Is Vincey okay? Vincey, where are you at?
Yeah, catching up, Apollo.
Yeah, 77 minutes,
He's watching
55
it on
seconds.
the phone.
That's a good ball. Odegaard is breaking. He goes to the right-hand side where Saka picks up the ball. Do something in this game, please, Saka. Nice interchange pass in there. Saka just not at it today, is he?
I'm back, 77-30.
I'm
78 minutes. Come on.
I'm
Sorry,
78-20. 78-20.
Man, I'm a whole minute behind.
70 who?
77-40, I'm
One
on.
for Arsenal, guys.
How the hell did my man just behave, Apollo, man? Just admin rights.
The total disdain of which he just goes, how the hell?
Man's got admin
How
rights.
the hell did this guy just do that?
Admin
Musa
rights
wants
to
to
speed up the game.
Musa wants to see Smith Rowe, and Musa says, "I can hear you guys are now delayed." We're all over the place, bro. This is the thing. Like, it's nice that we can get together on the stream.
I've just come back. It's just changed itself. 78-17. Still way behind you guys, isn't it?
I'm 78-55, but it feels like the second half just started compared to.
It just changed. It just changed itself. The whole TV just changed itself.
Comes across. Oh, goalkeeper gets a tip. Looks like he's given a foul. Oh, he's given a foul. Guys, Victor Osterham. Victor Osterham has just scored 6 goals in his last 6 games in the Champions League.
How is that a free kick to Porto?
Yeah, I know. I didn't understand it, mate. Yeah, I didn't understand it. I'm 79 minutes 55 seconds.
Stop it, man. You're just showing off now, man. Just stop it.
Yeah,
just gone past the 80th minute. The number 16 from Barcelona for Porto's gone off.
Yeah, yes, yeah.
The number 16's gone off. Number 17 for Porto's come on.
Pepe made
looks like a young kid by the name of Ivan Jamie, by the looks of it. Oh, they're making another sub. They've made another sub. Made another sub as well. Can't see who's gone off though, because didn't show who it was. They've made 2 subs. Porto have. Still the number. Just sat down just before us.
Saying Arsenal looking like a bunch of headless chickens.
I think they're in the game.
I think Arsenal have been in control in the second half.
Go on.
Cam saying we are missing Jesus badly at this level. Also, Zinchenko. G saying bit of a reality check. This just the difference between Premier League games and European games.
It's not that. Everyone was expecting us to roll up here tonight, bang in 4 or 5, go home, job done. It was never going to be that.
This is the Champions League, Gary. What are people thinking of?
That's what I'm saying. It was never going to be like that.
How is that not?
It was always going to be a cagey game. If you take a heavy defeat in this first leg, you're out the Champions League.
Yeah. Guys, we are 83 minutes and 40 seconds.
Porto played on Saturday night as well, but that won't make any difference for them as well, neither. So they had plenty of time to prepare for this match as well.
Guys, we are 81
that
minutes.
That team 2-0 with ease, apparently. I've seen the goals, and they beat them with ease.
We're now 82 minutes, guys, and Arsenal have not registered a shot on goal. Not a shot on goal in 82 minutes.
Porto have only registered 1.
That's poor in the midfield
Porto
from Declan Rice.
Verge of making another substitution shortly.
There's no need, Jorginho. You're there.
Yeah,
why are we doing this foolishness?
Yeah. Yeah, it's crazy. Musa saying Porto players falling over their own feet and they're getting free kicks. G is talking to Vincent. G's talking to Vince. He says, never seen our players that poor with ball control like they're controlling the balloon.
Yeah, man. It's just...
The grass is probably long. Pitch is probably soaked.
Yeah.
Keeper!
Hey, Paul.
Well played,
on.
Raya. Raya had to go full stretch on that one. Here we go. Counter attack. Let's go, guys. Let's go. Martinelli looking around for support and there's nobody
Needed
there.
it.
Yeah. Still searching for our first shot on goal. Oh, that's poor. That's poor.
That pass was never there, Martinelli. Never. Never there.
We just can't
We're back
control
to
simple
bring on-
balls, man.
Porto's bringing on another substitute shortly.
Yeah, it's Musa says we should have bought Smith Rowe on rather than Jorginho.
Porto's just making a substitution, guys.
And Cam says Gary Jorginho with 2 awful passes straight away. Cursed performance.
Yeah, I did mention that. Give your ball away twice.
Guys, look, it's nearly 85 minutes. It's
Their
0-0.
main's going off, guys.
I'm happy with the result, man.
Their main striker's just gone off.
Yeah, I'll take 0-0.
Pepe can't believe he's had such an easy night.
And another substitution. The coach's son's just gone off for Porto as well. Contra Sal, just to let you know.
It's been a real flat performance from us.
Just over the 85th minute, so ball's in possession for Arsenal.
Yeah, I'm 85 minutes
I
and
agree,
20
Apollo.
seconds. You know what? If I was Arsenal, I would just play possession football and play this game out. If I was them, I'd just play this game out. Let's take them back to the Emirates and win. You've done your job here. You've gone away from home. They've not had anything on you really. You've managed it. This is a game that Arsenal could say we managed. It's a through ball to have
Arsenal, guys.
Oh, come on, referee.
This is just
The problem though, Apollo, is if you look at the way how
Porto
this
players
game
just
is
gone down,
played,
feigning injury again.
We've kind of shot ourselves in the foot with the yellow cards, because that's now going to impact us in the second leg, and if it's a tight game, those players liably could miss if we go through the first leg of the next round. So we really do need to.
He's won the ball first.
We got to up the tempo in our movement. So we're not putting ourselves into rash challenges and making these decisions, because in Europe these things count.
Yeah, and one must say that for any referee, when 60 seconds of the game is gone, you don't book a player. You walk up to him, give him a warning, and say, "Calm down a little bit, mate. We're in the Champions League. Let's have a good game tonight." Instead, he goes right over to Declan Rice, takes out his yellow card. Why? Why have you done that?
Yeah.
And it's just killed the midfielders. Oh, what a great corner there by Bukayo Saka. He's done nothing really for the whole game. Here comes Porto breaking.
Kyrgios this wall. Get on a tight right, guys.
No, but the referee wasn't looking. The referee wasn't looking.
Right.
Yeah, the referee had his back turned.
Kyrgios just made a clumsy challenge, but the referee hasn't booked him down.
Yeah, because he's missed it. He's not seen it. The referee was running over to the other
Porto
side of the field.
again. The ankle.
I think if the referee sees that, he probably gives him his second yellow.
Yeah,
And-
Kivior would have been off. Yeah.
Yeah, and let's be fair.
I don't even think that's a foul, to be honest.
Kivior
Yeah,
just
there
I
was
don't even
some-
think that's a foul.
Yeah, Gary.
The guy's thrown himself to the ground.
I know, but then they've been doing that all game and getting yellow cards.
Yeah,
Gary.
that's never a foul in a million years. The ref sees that all day long. That ain't never a foul.
Yeah, it isn't, Gary, but the ref's been doing that all day. Look what happened with Havertz. The guy puts his head on Havertz's elbow and Havertz gets a yellow card. It's been happening all day, mate.
You know, they've got to get the standard of refereeing in these knockout. From the knockout onwards, it's got to be top referees only, man, from proper footballing countries. This referee's been shocking. Look, how's that a free kick? Look, and how's he holding his leg? How's he holding his leg? Jesus, man. It's embarrassing.
Cam says, reality check
Guys,
tonight. This side is far
if you
too
can hear
young.
helicopter noise, it's not above my flat, so don't worry.
The police
You
come
can hear
crashing through your
helicopter
door.
noise in the background from my end.
The police come
No,
crashing through your door and
It's
said, you've got
somewhere-
3 witnesses,
it's
don't worry.
nearby anyway.
How
It's
is that a
nearby,
foul
though.
on Ben White? How is that a foul? I don't even know what I'm watching here, man. Dan's
tugging
saying
his
this
arm.
ref is like the one who said, yeah, mate, I 100% agree.
Apollo's tugging his arm.
Yeah, he was.
I think you've got to remember when you come into Europe like this, it's you're playing against the referee as well.
Yeah, you're not going to get anything away first leg.
See, but that's silly by Ben White because he doesn't need to do that. He doesn't need to give away a free kick there.
Yeah.
This is Ben White all over.
Yeah.
That's a dumb foul. He doesn't need to commit a foul there.
18's finally gone off.
Holding his arm, pulls him down.
Yeah, the number 18 for Ben Porto's finally gone off, but he's argued with his bench and
yeah, he
backroom
looks like
staff
he
to say
looks
why.
like he's crying more. He looks like he's crying more than he's
But I think
arguing.
he turned his ankle anyway.
Mr. Wendell. Goodbye, Mr. Wendell.
Yeah, he turned his ankle anyway.
Cam's saying the honeymoon phase.
4 minutes added on, guys. 4 minutes added on.
Cam's saying the honeymoon phase from the team sharing wives in Dubai has finally worn off.
Long ball. Returning to a long ball team, man.
There's nothing wrong with playing direct every now and again.
No, what I'm saying is this: we've been poor elsewhere today, other than a few
If you didn't hear me, guys, I
situations.
said 4
Poor in
minutes added
midfield.
on.
Come on, Saka. What are you going inside for? Why are you going inside? You got bare Porto man inside, and you're still going across. I know you got the free kick, but come on.
Message from Apollo. This is me. I've just put down, if Arsenal don't register a shot on target, it'll be the first time that they have failed to have a shot on target in a Champions League match since Barcelona 2011.
I'm just laughing because you went, message from Apollo. This is me.
Well, you know what? I wrote it to be a quiz for you and Emerson because you and Emerson love the banter.
No, Emerson loves the banter. I just play along because I don't want to upset him.
I forgot it because you lot would have got it correct anyway. That Barcelona game, we were atrocious. We beat them 2-1 at the Emirates, which was probably one of our best performances in the Wenger era. And then away at Barcelona, we were awful. We were absolutely awful. I think we lost 3-0.
Gabriel goes close for the header, but well over the bar.
I think we lost that game 3-0.
When you see this next free kick, Gabriel goes close, but it's well over the bar, though.
Yeah, you can.
Why is the referee drawing a pair of boots? Why has he drawn two things where the ball is?
No idea.
It was too sure where the ball was placed.
Ooh.
Should have done better.
Musa saying Arteta not making the correct changes at the correct time has been his weakness. G saying difficult game emotionally for such an inexperienced and young team. I understand this approach from Arteta. This game is massive psychology. It's horrible to watch, though. Yeah. Full time at Napoli versus Barcelona. It finishes
Polo,
1-1.
are you going to the match on Saturday?
Come on, Luton. I need a goal. Come on.
Apollo, are you going to the match on Saturday?
Yeah, it's a late kickoff, and it's 8 o'clock. Why is it so late?
7.
No.
No,
bro.
8 o'clock Saturday, Newcastle.
8 o'clock, man.
Because there's no 5:30 match. There's no 5:30 match on Sky.
Yeah,
Goal,
it's
goal,
late.
guys, goal.
What?
And it's the one I've been looking at all along for Porto.
Jesus
It's a goal.
Christ. Yeah, it's the leading goal scorer.
It's been a goal.
Raya shanked the
Their number
kick, guys.
13's just scored, and he's thing.
Raya shanked the kick.
Yeah, there's
Rice loses it in
It's been
midfield. 2 errors there. Look,
it's been coming. It's been coming.
Wow. In the last minute of added time.
Martinelli gives the ball away, doesn't need to.
Suarez and Vieira are talking in Portuguese, thinking why
I'm
did they
sorry,
not go?
David Raya. I'm sorry, mate.
Galeno, that's the one who scored, guys.
David Raya has got to save that. He doesn't get nowhere near it.
He was never going to save that, Gary. He was never
No,
gonna save
you look at that again. You look at that again.
Gary, look at the pace of the shot. Look at the pace
No,
of
mate.
the shot.
Sorry.
He's rifled that in there, Gary.
Shocking. Absolutely shocking. From
Showing
start
the
to
replay
finish.
now, so I'm
First of
looking
all,
at
Raya shanks the free kick. Then Rice gives the ball away. Then Martinelli tries to play a pass, but he doesn't need to.
No, Ben White backing off again, guys. That's a great shot.
3
Raya-
errors.
How are you blaming Raya for that, Gary? That's it. That's unbelievable. You're
Raya
look at
had
him.
no
He's a
chance.
full stretch.
Gary,
Midget
Gary,
goalkeeper,
Raya, no.
mate. Midget goalkeeper.
No, Gary, I'm sorry. Your friend Ben White backs off, and he gives him all day with that. That's a brilliant goal.
You know what? I know mans don't want to say it.
That's a brilliant
But
goal.
you can't have mans on yellow card just coasting in them situations.
Yeah.
You can't have it. Take them off.
Guys,
But it's
look
just
at
go
the
anytime,
goal
so-
again. Look at Ben White is in a position to attack him. and
No, it's
block him.
Declan Rice.
No, it's Ben White. Trust me. Look at
It's
Ben
not. It's
White.
Declan Rice. I just seen it, Apollo. It's Declan Rice. He shoots
Declan
round
Rice.
Declan Rice.
Tell me what Ben White was doing.
Full time, guys.
Yeah.
Full time.
These damn midget goalkeepers. Midget goalkeepers. Get rid of them. A keeper that's 6'4" saves that all day long.
Full time. Porto and Porto fans. Cheering.
Well, it was looking good up until that moment to go back 0-0.
I'll let you
Now
guys
we've got
do
it. Now
the
we've got it all to do.
thing the player
the
ratings.
worst
I
thing-
won't say anything on.
The worst thing as well, guys, is we didn't even have a shot on target.
I don't think we deserved anything from that game, to be honest.
No, we didn't. But you know, come in the last minute, you've got to use the ball better.
Of course you have.
You know, Raya shanks the kick. Rice loses it in midfield. Martinelli's trying to play a pass that was never really on. Just hold the ball, keep the ball, and then when they're breaking, you've got to get in their faces and make something happen. You can't just let a guy shoot. But then it's the keeper. I don't care, man. He's got to make a better effort to get something on that. These small keepers, I just don't like them.
No, I think that was
A
a
keeper
great
that's
finish.
6'4"
I don't think
gets a
anybody
touch on that.
thinks that.
Yeah, no, he just
No, I
goes
don't
over his
think I
glove,
do.
Apollo. It just goes over his glove.
It's
He hasn't
right
got
in
the
the post-
inches.
It's right in the mate. It's right in the postage stamp, full stretch.
It's not in the postage stamp,
Brilliant.
Apollo. It's not. Have a look. You're making excuses for your boy.
You know,
He's a short midget
No, I'm not-
goalkeeper.
You know what it is, Gary? You know what it is? You'll listen to everybody else on this channel, but when you listen to me, I actually give the other team credit. Nobody else
Listen,
does.
I'm not taking nothing
Yeah?
away, but I'm saying
What-
it's 3
the way we
mistakes that
struck-
lead to their goal.
Yeah, I agree, but the strike, you can't deny. What a goal. Absolutely right.
Strikes against the midget goalkeeper.
Absolutely brilliant.
Put it this way, yeah. Let's be real. He's going with the ball. He's going for the ball with his wrong hand. Yeah?
No, it's the right hand. He's gone with the right hand, the keeper, because that's the long hand. If he goes with the other hand, it's the short hand. Yeah, that one stretches further than that one. Look. Yeah, so he's gone with the right hand. But because he's only 6 foot, the keeper's really 6'4", 6'5". Edison doesn't get beaten there. Allison doesn't get beaten there.
Yeah.
Maybe Ramsdale doesn't get beaten there or gets enough on it to tip it onto the bar or wide.
It does look bad. I ain't gonna lie. It's a great.
When you watch it, you'll see what I mean. It just goes over his glove because he doesn't have the inches and he hasn't got the explosive power to get up.
And the ball actually goes 3/4 of the way into the goal.
There you go. It wasn't posted. You remember Ramsdale's save against Leicester for the Maddison free kick?
Yeah.
He gets there because he has the reach.
Yes.
It wasn't in the corner, but he has the reach to get there because he's 6'4".
And his footwork was better because the footwork that leads to the leap is more explosive than what we just saw. Yeah, definitely. You're right.
Bobby says shouldn't be scoring from their poor goalkeeping.
Listen, if it's Apollo, if it's in the top corner under the crossbar, no keeper would save it. It doesn't matter how tall you are.
Yeah, the ball.
But when you watch that again, it doesn't go in the top corner.
No.
Raya either dives too early and he's on the way down as the ball reaches his glove, or he hasn't got the explosive power in his legs and his footwork lets him down because it should be 1-2 go.
Yeah, I accept your opinion, but I think it was a great goal. I don't agree on it at all.
Oh, it looks a great goal because it's curled over the keeper. Always looks a great goal when it's curled over the keeper. But if you watch it, the more you watch it, you're going to say, I was right. He doesn't get enough purchase on his dive.
You know why? You guys are focusing on the goalkeeper, and what you should be talking about is the amount of space that the defenders let him have. That's where the problem is. That's where the problem
Rice has got to get out to him quicker. But Martinelli doesn't need to play the ball that he plays. Rice doesn't need to lose it. Raya doesn't need to shank the kick in the first place. Catalogue of errors.
That's poor defending for me. Yeah, it's poor defending for me. Player ratings, guys. Everybody gets a 5.
I was going to say 4.
Yeah, everybody gets a 5. Because I think we were actually controlling the game until that last minute. We were actually controlling the game.
Never mind, we can just concentrate on the league. That'll be our excuse.
Yeah, it's look. When we get back to the Emirates, we just got to win the game. Got to win it by 2 clear goals now. Yeah, we've left it hard. We've left it hard. A lot of work for us to do. Yeah, we've left it with too much work to do, to be honest. March the 12th is the day, guys, where Arsenal have got to really win the game now, and they've got to destroy Porto at home.
I'm going to go and destroy my bed because I'm absolutely now. I've been up since 2:30 this morning at work.
I mean, I just want to say, guys, the performance. Martinelli, Trossard, and Saka. Just like you got nothing from those 3 today.
But it was all of them, Apollo. Even Havertz, you can include Havertz in that. Odegaard, a lot of them. There was nothing anywhere on that pitch.
Well, you know me, Gary. I see the game differently. I actually watched the defensive side of the game, and Havertz was really, really good in the midfield.
Yeah, but I mean,
he had 3 recoveries today in the midfield, and
but 3 recoveries in 90 minutes. That's not great.
That's the average, mate. Yeah. He's averaging 3.6 recoveries in the Premier League, and he's 3rd in the Premier League. Declan Rice leads the league with 3.9 recoveries. And then Onana for Everton.
Just think personally, I think everyone was below par. We couldn't control the ball. We couldn't pass out from the back. We had basically nothing today. Yeah, this was worse than pre-Dubai.
Yeah, and I think Jorginho should have come on a lot earlier than he did. But we talked about that striker. What was it? 17 goals in like, or was it 19 goals in 27 games? He's lethal. He's lethal, and he showed that again today. And I'm not even sure whether they deserved it because they literally were defending for most of the game.
But I mean, this when you look at it as well, Apollo, this is things that we don't do. We don't do shooting like that. We want to walk this ball in. We don't get these shots. The last goal we scored from outside the box, wasn't it Nketiah for his hat trick?
Yeah.
How long ago was that?
Ages ago, and he only started 2 games after that.
Odegaard, all right, from the edge of the box, but that was a low drive. But we don't hit these balls into the top corner. We're not aiming for that. Never mind. It is what it is.
Yeah,
we'll see what happens on March the 12th.
Yeah, because not all is lost. We've still got. This is only half time in the tie, guys. Yeah. G saying you can't say you're ready for the return to this stage of the tournament and then put in a pathetic, lifeless performance. It's not good enough. Bad defending. Ben White again. And Styler says, look scared of the moment there. And Mosa says, schoolboy errors. Pretty much it, guys. Imagine we hadn't played a game in the Champions League and not had a shot on target since Barcelona 2011.
Yeah, but then we was also out of the Champions League for a number of years.
Yeah, and as I said to you guys at the beginning of the stream, Arsenal have gone out on this stage of the Champions League 9 times, which is more than any British team in the competition. Yeah, Musa says we also have a weak bench. I mean, that plays a little bit into it, but I think there was guys on there like Smith Rowe, who probably wasn't game ready. Fabio Vieira probably wasn't game ready. So even though they were on the bench, they weren't an option because of the injuries that they've just sort of overcome. So yeah, it was always going to be a difficult one for me. Always going to be difficult.
I think everyone was expecting us to roll up, bang in 4 or 5 like we've been doing. And just cruise. It was never going to be that type of game in the last 16. It was going to be a cagey affair. No one wants to make a mistake. No one wants to give up the tie at half time, do they? We're still in it. Listen, we're still in it. We're only disappointed because they've nicked a goal in the last 30 seconds. That's why we're all disappointed. If it was 0-0, we'd all be going, well, yeah, we could have been slightly better going forward, but it was great defensively. We haven't given away nothing.
Yeah, exactly.
Do you know what I mean? So It is what it is.
Cam says the second leg is going to be excruciating. It'll be 90 minutes of Porto players doing their best impressions of parking the bus. I'll take that. Look, as long as you got it in your hands, if you lost 1-0 at home and you had to go to Porto, that's a different story, right? You're bringing them back to the Emirates. Yeah, it's fair game. It's fair game. It's fair game. I don't think there's any concern. But it wasn't a good performance. Yeah. And all the yellow cards, we had 3 yellow cards in the first 20 minutes. It just really killed the game for me. Poor touches in the midfield, sloppy passing, wasn't moving the ball quickly enough, and just really lacked the energy that we show in the Premier League. The pressing, the intensity. We just really didn't have that. And I know a lot of people are going to say, if you're playing once a week, then that's manageable. But when you're playing twice a week, you can't play like that every game. I get all of that. But at the same time, that doesn't allow and excuse the fact that the passing was sloppy.
What was the temperature over there? Anyone know?
That's a good question. Hold on.
Maybe that's why we wasn't going mad on the pressing.
13 degrees.
Yeah, 13 degrees. Not much.
That's no excuse.
Same as it is over here, then.
Yeah, that's no excuse. And I thought it might have been hot. That's why there wasn't mad pressing and mad energy expelled.
Cedric and Nketiah and maybe Nelson not up to Champions League standard, which is a shame because Nketiah started his first Champions League game in the game before, and he scored on his debut in the Champions League. And guys, let's talk about Jesus as well. in 4 games, he's got 4 goals and 2 assists. So Jesus is doing really well in the Champions League, and it's just a shame that somebody mentioned in the chat that the bench was just weak. We didn't really have any options. Yeah, just didn't have any options. All right, guys. Look, I'm not going to do any player ratings because I'm just giving everybody a 5. Yeah, I'm just giving everybody a 5. But overall, I just want a summary from everyone. Gary, what's your thoughts on it overall?
Obviously disappointed with the end result. To concede a goal in that manner, it's a catalogue of errors, really. I still think the keeper can do slightly better with it. I'm not going to change my opinion on that. Disappointing going forward. With the set pieces, I don't think we changed it up enough. We was going, this is what we're doing. We're going to crowd the keeper. They was wise to it. They threw themselves to the floor. They kept getting little free kicks. And I think sometimes you've got to be a bit smarter and think, well, that's not working. Let's have a little plan B here. Let's come out to the edge of the box. Let's make a run onto the ball. Let's take their play acting away. We didn't do that. So again,
Gary, I want to come in there. When you're in a boxing match and 2 of the boxers are hugging each other constantly, the ref comes in and splits them out and say, "Look, we're not doing that, lads."
Yeah, but we saw that, Apollo. We saw the ref before the corner was taken. Me and Vinci was saying he's gone and spoke to Martinelli and White and this player and that, whoever it was. But then when the corner comes in, every time there was a free kick, it went Porto's way, which that can't be right, can it? It can't just be one player doing all the fouling. So why don't you take that out of the equation? So if you're in a boxing game and you keep getting punched in the face because your right hand is down here, then you bring your right hand up so you don't get punched in the face. You've made an adjustment. So why don't you make an adjustment in a football match to say, right, we're going to put the corner in, but this time, instead of crowding the keeper, we're going to pull out 10 yards and we're going to get runners going at the ball.
I mean, there was one stage where the guy was standing in front of Ben White and he just leans and falls on Ben White. He just falls on him. Now, if Ben White goes down there, that's a shout for an Arsenal penalty. It's like there's ways you can take this. And I think right now, if I was Carlos, the head coach, set piece head coach, I would, because this is the 3rd game in a row we've seen this now. The teams are going to stop us from doing what we do on set pieces and corners.
100%. Which is why you've got to chop and change it. You should literally go into a game with a plan A, a plan B, a plan C, a plan D, and a plan E. So from corners, this is what we're going to try and do. We're going to try and do it this way. If that doesn't work, then we're going to switch it to this way. So it's like a quarterback, yeah? When he goes into the play, he's got different things that he can run. He can throw it. He can hand off. He can throw it left. He can throw it right.
It's called an audible.
Yeah, so he can do an audible. So, but this is what I want to see Arsenal doing.
Yeah,
things that are clearly not working, but we played the same way for 95 minutes.
Yeah,
but it wasn't working. Yeah. So where's the in-game changes?
Yeah, and it's no need to be negative about it. We're not being negative, guys. We're just being subjective because, let's face it, Arsenal are the best set-piece team in Europe. There's no taking that away. So all the kudos to them. But now we're talking about teams are now starting to counter it. So what are you going to do?
Yeah, so you have to take it up to another level.
Yeah.
In American football, if they're blocking the rush, you go aerial.
And you can see, you did see something like that today, didn't you, Gary? Where Declan Rice has gone wide, and then Trossard gets a volley, and it just goes over. So but
that's what you want to do: chop and change. Play the corner short. Let them. You have to bring 2 men out for a short corner. Leaves more space in the box. Didn't see none of that today. Simple little things. Play the corner to the edge of the box. Get the cross in from a different angle. You know, it just wasn't our night.
Yeah.
But it's food for thought going into the second leg. You know, they're going to analyse it all. They'll sit down in their team meetings as they do, and they say, right, well, this could change, and maybe hopefully by the time the second leg comes out, we'll be a bit more streetwise, and we can get the result.
Vincey, what's your thoughts on the goal?
Poor goalkeeping. We looked shaky in the build-up play before. And I just think we've been sloppy tonight. Sloppy in all areas of the pitch. I thought our midfield was shocking. For me, I'd expect our midfield to have a really big game away at Porto because of the way how they play football. And we just looked just sloppy. And I think it's going to be an uphill task in the second game because you've seen the way how Porto playing this defensive football is easy for Porto. And we're going to have to really be on our game, especially with the yellow cards and the way how that impacts the mindset of the players for the following game to put the performance that we need to put in. I've looked again at the goal and Raya didn't even take a step. He didn't even take a step to jump. So that shows to you, Rio Ferdinand says that he was so far on the right-hand side of the goal when the shot was taken. He did take a step across.
See, this is the thing, Vincey. The goalkeeper, the first goalkeeper movement for any dive has to come from the footwork.
Yeah.
It's the one, and on the two is the push to go.
Yeah.
But you guys are not talking about the defending. You're not talking about the defending.
Listen, I always say to my son when he's in goal, and I said, if you just fall on the floor, you're just a falling log. It's the footwork that allows you that extra couple of inches to get things and push things around the post and do as you're doing. It all comes from that. And if that's non-existent, that's a goalkeeping error, however you want to look at it.
I mean, the actual shot, great shot from Porto, poor goalkeeping from Raya, but the build-up play before is showing a huge naivety, which I saw throughout the game. That's why I used the term sloppy. We didn't manage the game in certain situations well. You got to give huge credit to Declan Rice for getting a yellow card so early in the game and playing the way he played, but it showed towards the end where he wasn't able to put a challenge in that shot. And
yeah, but I think Vincey, he couldn't put a challenge in, but he could have got closer.
Yeah, of course he could have. But that's, again, you're in a situation where the yellow card in that situation, when you play the game, you understand these intangibles, it makes an impact to the decisions that you make. And, I thought Arteta missed the trick in that situation. If he didn't feel comfortable bringing, I definitely think Smith Rowe could have made a difference in that midfield a lot sooner before Trossard went off. But at the end of the day, it's only one goal. The crowd at Emirates is buzzing. So, it's going to be a very, very hard game because Porto, they can sit back. And if we haven't had a shot tonight, and that says it all. We haven't had a shot on target. So
that's bad. That's bad.
So we have.
I think for me, that's the most disturbing fact, that we have not had one shot on target in 95 minutes.
Yeah.
Especially when we've been scoring goals for fun. Although you're not going to play, maybe we didn't play the same way, you're still expecting that attacking threat to be there because the players have unleashed it in the last few weeks.
Yeah, and that's basically what we got to improve on, and our intensity. When we play like that, I always am concerned because it gives teams the opportunity to get a foothold in the game. And Porto weren't scared of us tonight. They weren't scared of us at all. We kind of played into the hands in a way how Porto play football. But away, when they come to us, we're going to have to show them, the pace we're going to play for 90 plus minutes. We're not messing about because the crowd's going to demand us to go at them.
And to be fair, Vincey, Porto should have scored after 10 minutes.
Oh, of course.
Yeah, listen, if you think, what? To be honest, I kind of forgot about that. We were lucky that we ain't lost 2-0 there.
Yeah,
because that guy should have blatantly scored in the first 10 minutes.
This is the Champions League, man. This is what happens, guys. What's your thoughts, Emerson?
Well, it was a frustrating game, like everybody said. With them, from what I saw, I think like that first half and second half, it was a frustrating game. As I said, our midfield didn't play like they normally do, with Declan Rice on that yellow card, which was going to be a wall of death if he did get a second yellow card. Then we don't know how the game will pan out after that. Our front three were non-existent in the game. From Saka, Martinelli, and Havertz, they were non-existent.
I can't believe either of them played 95 minutes, to be honest.
Something like that. So that chance they had early in the first, that chance that they had early in the second half that hit the post, that was just like a wake-up call to tell Arsenal whether to come out and play or not, thing like that. And regarding the goal, you can really blame Declan Rice or Ben White for not closing down, but I would blame more Declan Rice because he was trying to shield the ball, so it gives a chance for Raya to see the ball, thing like that. But no, credit goes to the Porto goal. Credit goes to the guy that scored for Porto. He was a constant little threat, as well as their number 30. Thing like that, because from what I saw game over the weekend, they both caused problems against a mediocre Portuguese team that are struggling towards the bottom of the league. And regarding Raya, I would say I won't blame him for the dive of it, because the reason why, because if you look at it, they did analyze. Yeah, they did analyze it in the built after game where Rio Ferdinand and Martin Keown, that it's believed that Finn Bob was off his line by 4 yards. 4 yards doesn't seem a lot for a goalkeeper, but
it's, do you know what, Emerson?
He did try to get his hand to it, but obviously,
Emerson, it's not the 4 yards. It's not the 4 yards off your line that's the problem. You can be 4 yards off your line. As a goalkeeper, if you don't have the explosive push to get to the ball, that's what makes the save. Ramsdale against Leicester, Ramsdale against Liverpool. He only reaches the balls that he reaches because he's got the explosive push and he's got the 6'4" frame. It's that simple.
Yeah,
as soon as I saw it
as well, because I said it was the thing like that. Because as I said, you said exactly right. You was right. The spring, the first position.
As soon as I saw it, and I said, as soon as I saw it, I said, that's on Raya. Apollo, no, that's in the top corner. I knew it wasn't in the top corner, and I knew it was on Raya.
Yeah, Gary, when Emerson's talking, let him finish because he's on a slight delay.
Sorry, mate.
So when Emerson talks, I give him at least 2 or 3 seconds because he seems to be on a little delay. Yeah, Emerson, go and finish off, mate.
Yeah, as I said, regarding what Gary said regarding set with the goalkeeper, I agree with what you just said about the goalkeeper had to be set, thing like that. But as I said, by the time he got set, tried to dive, obviously Declan Rice was the nearest player to the ball, thing like that, tried to shield it as much as possible so it gives a chance for Raya to make that spring. But obviously it just went over his arm and the rest is history. They scored from it. And the constant threat, I reckon, that the number 13 Galeno for Porto and the number 30, their main striker, because they too will score goals for fun, so thing like that. So it'd be interesting to see what happens in the second leg, whether we go for broke and try and or will Porto do what Sporting Lisbon do, hit us with the counter attack, get a sucker punch. But obviously we know the away goals don't count anything in these matches now, so thing like that. So really we just got to go back to the drawing board, dust down, get the result out of the way, concentrate on Newcastle on Saturday, and then because we don't play Porto for a while, for near enough a month now, so like that. It gives us plenty of time to get 1 or 2 players back from injury as well, so thing like that. And that's all I can say. because you've
All
got
right,
Declan
guys.
Rice speaking on the TV now.
All right, guys. So look, guys. I'm going to let you go now. But for me, Arsenal's going to have to overcome just a 1-goal deficit. Remember, the last time we lost to Porto at this stage, we went back to the Emirates and won 5-0. And that was the last time that we played Porto in the Champions League. But we were looking for a decent result, a goalless draw. And then that just incredible strike by Galeno, curling strike in the last minute.
Wasn't it that incredible?
1-0. I said it was incredible, so I thought it was.
Yeah, I'm saying it's not that incredible.
Yeah, I know you're saying that, but I'm saying it was incredible. And for me, Arsenal failed to have a shot on target after just dominating 70% possession. So a lot of things will be asked because the speed of the ball moving forward just wasn't enough. Too many sideways passes, just not enough urgency. And a lot of that will be looked at tomorrow. And this Newcastle coming up next, guys, in a must-win game. City and Liverpool.
We know what that's going to be a problem, don't we? Part the bus, the coach, with the coach driver in it. Yeah. One of them jobbies.
And Musa said, sorry for all the comments. No, we need them, bro. We love your comments. We love it. That's why we're here, bro, so we can feed off your energy. So that's it from us, guys. I appreciate your time today, but we come back and do battle again on Saturday. It's a late one, 8 o'clock. And we'll catch you later then, guys. All the best.
See you later, everyone.
Later, mate. Right, pajama party Saturday night. Pajama party.